Julius Caesar, a mastermind on the battlefield, a shrewd political strategist, and a man whose legacy resonates through the corridors of time, forging an empire and forever changing the course of current and future history. In the annals of history, few names resonate with such magnificence as that of Julius Caesar. His life was a flash of lightning that illuminated ancient Rome, but his death ushered in an even more momentous transformation, the rise of the Roman Empire. Join us on a journey through time and political intrigue as we explore Julius Caesar's immortal legacy and how his influence sculpted the fate of modern-day Rome. Welcome to the Diary of History. Subscribe! At the dawn of the Roman Republic, Caesar emerged as a shrewd military and political leader. His strategic genius and unmatched charisma earned him the admiration of the people and the envy of his contemporaries. In this turbulent scenario, the figure of Caesar rises like a rising star, shedding light on ancient Rome. The narrative unfolds over the battlefields where Caesar, with an ambitious vision, expands the boundaries of the Roman Empire. From the campaigns of Gaul to the conquest of Egypt, every victory is a stepping stone to greatness. The audience witnesses the master strategy and relentless determination that characterize Caesar. As Caesar racks up victories, his position in Rome becomes ambiguous. Senators, fearful of their growing power, conspire in the shadows. And the dilemma intensifies. Political intrigue is intertwined with military glories, and the audience is caught up in the whirlwind of ambitions and betrayals. The Roman Senate, the epicenter of political power, becomes a seething cauldron of conspiracies. Caesar, in his eagerness to consolidate his leadership, crosses the Rubicon, setting off a chain of events that shakes the foundations of the Republic. Tensions reach a climax as Rome plunges into the maelstrom of civil war. With the fall of Pompey and the consolidation of Caesar as perpetual dictator, Rome underwent an unprecedented transformation. The reader witnesses the reconfiguration of the political and social system under Caesar's steady hand. The shadow of the Republic fades, ushering in a new era. As Rome adapts to the new reality, the figure of Caesar rises to unsuspected heights. Triumphs, renovations and grandiose constructions consolidate his legacy. But in this boom, the seed of self-destruction is hidden. Tensions intensify, and the foundations of the empire begin to creak under the pressure of immense, personalized power. At the height of his rule, Caesar is assassinated by those who feared his autocratic power. Tragedy shakes Rome, but in the shadow of its death, the empire faces a crossroads. The narrative dives into the confusion and chaos that follows Caesar's assassination, outlining the immediate repercussions of his disappearance. In the void left by Caesar, Octavian, his adopted nephew and designated heir, emerges. With political sagacity, Octavian assumes the mantle of Augustus and becomes the first emperor of Rome. The narrative examines how Caesar's legacy is intertwined with the ascension of Augustus, marking the official beginning of the Roman Empire. Through the Pax Romana, art, architecture, and administration, Caesar's legacy lives on in the empire. The narrative explores how Augustus, aware of the importance of connection with the past, uses the figure of Caesar to strengthen his own government. Caesar's shadow is cast over every carved stone and every imperial decision. With Augustus at the helm, the Roman Empire prospers and expands. The narrative dives into the military campaigns, monumental constructions, and political dynamics that define the imperial era. The figure of Caesar, although physically absent, influences the way in which the empire is perceived and projected towards the known world. The succession of post-Augustan emperors continues to shape the Roman Empire under Caesar's shadow. The narrative highlights how subsequent leaders, aware of the importance of legitimacy, link themselves through genealogy or adoption to claim Caesar's inheritance. His legacy becomes a political and cultural tool. The script reaches its climax, revealing the truth that lies at the root of it all. Caesar's true legacy is not simply in the events and historical figures that followed him, but in the very essence of the Roman Empire. His vision, his ambition and his empire live on in the veins of Rome, transcending the pages of history. The story ends, but the echo of Caesar is projected through the centuries. The narrative delves into the expansion of the empire beyond known borders, into the times of emperors such as Trajan, Hadrian, and Marcus Aurelius. In each chapter, the reader is guided by the majestic architecture, refined laws, and relative stability that characterize the Pax Romana. In the twilight of the empire, shadows loom over Rome. Narratives of corruption, decadence and economic crisis are intertwined with desperate attempts to maintain the grandeur of the Pax Romana. As the imperial structure cracks, the figure of Caesar, though distant in time, manifests itself as a reminder of the fragility of greatness. The fall of the Western Roman Empire brings with it the dissolution of many of the achievements of ancient Rome. The narratives are intertwined with barbarian invasions, infighting, and the disintegration of centralized authority. Caesar's shadow, though more tenuous, still lingers in the vestiges of a civilization that changed the course of history. At the dawn of the Renaissance, ancient Rome resurfaced. Narratives explore how scholars rediscover classical texts, artworks draw inspiration from Roman aesthetics, and thinkers turn their gaze to Rome's glorious past. Caesar, as a central figure in this narrative, symbolizes the eternal resilience of greatness. The Renaissance not only brought a cultural revival, but also a new artistic interpretation of the figure of Caesar. Works by artists such as Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci capture the majesty and ambiguity of Caesar. The narrative dives into brushstrokes and sculptures, exploring how art redefines and mythologizes Caesar's legacy. The modern legal and political system also bears Caesar's imprint. Through legal and political narratives, it is revealed how ideas of centralized government, separation of powers, and the notion of citizenship have been shaped by the legacy of ancient Rome, with Caesar as a central figure in this evolution. Latin, the language of Rome, persists in modern languages and in legal and scientific terminology. The narrative explores how Rome's linguistic contributions, with Caesar as a prominent figure, have left an indelible mark on the way we communicate and conceptualize knowledge. Caesar's legacy also lives on in the classroom. The narrative explores how classical education, which includes the study of Caesar's works, has influenced the formation of thinkers, leaders, and scholars over the centuries. Caesar's shadow continues to be a source of inspiration and reflection in global education. The figure of Caesar, far from fading, remains alive in popular culture. The narratives dive into depictions of Caesar in literature, film, and television, highlighting how his story continues to be told and reinterpreted in different forms of entertainment. The story of Julius Caesar is not simply a tale of the past, it is a thread that weaves the tapestry of humanity. As we approach the end of this script, the truth revealed is that Caesar's legacy is not contained in the pages of history, but stretches like a thread of fate, connecting past, present, and future. But, as in any great narrative, the thread continues its course. As we move into the future, history has taught us that Caesar's legacy is a relentless journey through time, where his shadow, though sometimes subtle, is always present, reminding us that greatness can forge empires, but it can also weave the destiny of entire civilizations. If you want to know more about Julius Caesar, don't miss this video here. It's worth watching. And to make sure you don't miss out on any more stories, subscribe.